I think that the point has been made loud and clear. We challenge the constitutionality of that body. We believe that there are no rules, regulations, there are no laws in either our constitution or the Transition Act that gives a former president the authority or power to set up such an institution, such a committee. We have made that clear. And
you mean a president-elect?
A president-elect, yes. Because at the time he set up that committee, he was the president-elect. He wasn't the president. And that is why we challenge the constitutionality and the legality of that committee. But I think the point must also be made that the NPP as a party believes that, look, corruption must be rooted out of the country. We do not condone or support any acts of illegality. And so if there are, as I said, constitutionally established bodies that can investigate and root out corruption, we are all for it. And I think that's the mistake people are making. They think that challenging the establishment of that committee means that we want to fight against, or we oppose the fight against corruption. Definitely not. Any serious country must take corruption seriously, especially in Africa, where corruption is eating, out a lot of the benefits which the people are entitled. So any attempt to fight corruption is welcome, but it has to be done properly in a legal way. We are running the country. And so we should make sure that every act is rooted in law. The president, okay, he has the executive power right now. But he cannot, for instance, and I'm giving you an example, say that today I have appointed a Supreme Court judge. Today, I am the president of the Republic. I have overwhelming support from the people of Ghana. So tomorrow, Mr. Nominee, go and sit in let's say at the Supreme Court and start giving judgment without the advice and consent of the legislature. That is how our laws are.
Yeah, but that's a different scenario.
No, so I'm just saying
that is not comparable.
No, I'm just saying
that's established by the Constitution on the procedural appointment of a chief justice or whatever,
Supreme Court judge,
as far as the judges are concerned, right?
Yeah, yes. So, but the point I'm trying to make is that you work within a law.
Yes.
And the law, as we know, in terms of this issue, if you are a president, you can decide to set up committees, okay, to investigate anything you believe has happened, like he's done right now with the Obuasi issue. I'm told that a committee has been set up, or he's asked that investigation, be set up to go into what happened. It's well within his right. But when you haven't been given the executive power, and you attempt to make a decision, or you attempt to do this, obviously, we should reject that. We should allow the president...
What's the legal framework that underpins the establishment of Earl?
Well, you see, so what we know is that the president, now president, the president-elect at the time, said to set up that committee to... They are saying that to collect information. I mean, how do you set up a committee, in your view, to collect information about a certain crime which you believe has happened? And my point is that when you have the constitutionally established bodies that can do this work, okay? So I believe that he did not have the power. He did not have the authority to set up that committee. I mean, I've always maintained that if His Excellency the President decides today to set up something like that, we'll give him the support, because we believe that if we want to fight corruption, we need all the support we want, but not outside the law. And I think that point has been made clear, and that's what you should. We believe that, and look at this. Even though they will tell you that, well, we were only given the mandate to only collect information, you see that they've been empowered. They go out there. They've gone to people's homes, lands. We've seen them with cameras. And when they were asked, they said that they were doing validation. I mean, So, you see, where the illegality is the powers they have, the committee members have arrogated to themselves to now go onto people's land to, as it were, go and check whether the lands belong to them or not. But is that what we are going to do, especially when you have the Lands Commission as the keeper of all the land records in our country? They can do it that way.
But you have earlier on established how corruption is eating African countries.
Yes.
And you say that we have to do anything and everything.
Yes.
So there are things that we have done in the past. And we all know what we've done in the past. Many things we've done in the past that didn't work for us. And unfortunately, corruption keeps eating our revenue.
Yes.
The percentages keeps going up. If you check the percentages and have maybe your base year, you will know that it keeps rising. So it means that you now have to institute drastic measures of, fighting this canker.
Yeah,
how bad is oral? Have you been in a house or in a home where you have 2 children? There's meat missing in the soup, and you call these 2 boys and you're asking, who stole the meat in the soup? What do you do to determine who stole the meat?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. If you ask them and none of them tell you, it won't give you the right to beat somebody to pop. It won't. Because you are looking for the person who stole the meat. The point we want to make is that if you want to do that, then do it within the law. You see, we know that corruption...
The reason I actually started the scenario is that people are saying, if you haven't, done anything wrongful against the state, why be jittery?
No.
And normally, when you have these 2 kids, one of them obviously have stolen the meat. You will see from the reaction of one that he's the one that stole the meat.
No. You may get a very smart boy who can really, pretend.
Rare. It's rare. It's very rare. But and no more circumstances, you will find that the one that stole it gets very jittery.
Oh, okay. Well, but normally you can get those who can also pretend. But you see, the point we're making is not because somebody is afraid that he or she is going to be caught. I think that if anybody has committed offense or engaged in any corrupt act, the people you should be afraid should be for instance, the National Investigation Bureau. The people you should be afraid of would be the police and the CID department, the IOCO, the Special Prosecutor. These state institutions, see, we cannot, in the name of fighting corruption, throw away our institutions. We need to make them better. If the institutions are better, the institutions are better, they can better fight corruption. Now, the arguments you are making, seems to suggest that we are unable to use the institutions to fight the corruption the way we want. That is why we have set up ORA. So it looks to me that Ghana, answer to fighting corruption is the establishment of this committee.
Were you in this country when the presidency kept investigating issues of alleged corruption? Nanado's presidency, his office kept investigating, which earned him the name clearing agent.
My dear, I don't want us to go there. I believe that this...
No, I'm just saying that the institutions are established,
but let me make this point.
But there are other means
let me make this point
be
first.
Put to use.
I think that nobody has given Nanado a name as clearing agent. These are some of the things the brothers in the NDC did to tag the president. And I don't think that you should repeat it, honestly speaking. You are a very fair, neutral journalist. Don't repeat the NDC's words. You understand? You could say that, well, he cleared people from his office, but don't quote my brothers in the NDC. But I see the point you are making. The fact that Nanado can set up investigation committees in his office, for me, it's all right. Just the same way His Excellency the President, John Dramani Mahama, can also set up committees to investigate acts of corruption. In the matter of ORA, the point we have made is that he didn't have the authority to make it. And that point must make clear. And then we need to also make it clear to everybody that the NPP as a party is not afraid of any investigation. We are not fighting against any investigation. And we have even invited the police, the constitutionally established bodies. We have said that they should rather be the ones being used. Look, look at the men who have been put together. Really, it's just an appendage of the NDC, really, if you ask me. The ORA is just an appendage of the NDC, doing the work of the NDC, being sent out there. Yes. Look at all the members over there. Look at the members. They're all NDC. If you really want to... Yes.
What's the point you want to make? You want it to be an appendix of who? On what
it has to be an institution of state, not an appendage of a government, of a political party.
But the intention of establishing oral was not to come and replace any investigative state. It was only a body, or I would say a committee.
Yes, NDC members put together.
And why not? Why you want?
Why? You are running. Listen, you are running a national activity, and if you want to send people to jail, if you believe that people have committed offense, send it to the appropriate constitutional body who can do the work without any. If I should put it.
Okay, so let me correct it before maybe anybody takes me out of context. The members on the oral committee.
Yes.
I cannot sit here and say all of them are bona fide members of NDC. I don't know their party card holders.
Well,
Honorable Ablakwa, the chairman, yes.
But is Ablakwa on the NDC?
He's a chairman of the party, yes. For him, I can.
He's not a chairman. He's chairman, I think, of the committee.
Oh, no, he's a chairman of the committee. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes. For him, I can say that because it's established. The rest of the members, I cannot say.
Well, I'm telling you.
You are telling me?
Yes, I'm telling you, the NDC members. Why? My own brother, my senior brother, Kofi Boakye, has not been appointed into the Nado's government.
I'm just saying that I cannot say. There are people who have been associated with the party, are not necessarily card-bearing members of the party.
But the NDC people, but they are not card-bearing members.
No, I don't know. I mean, you can actually, draw that conclusion because they seem to be working for a particular political party. So it's fine, but I'm not saying...
If they are not NDC, they should come and tell us. But see, I am saying that, you see, fairness and due process is very important in this constitutional democracy. Okay? Let's follow due process. If you want to get anything done, use the right channels, use the right means. And see, in all of this, if, for instance, the police had gone to all these places, the CID, the EOCOs, and the state institutions, we will not be having this conversation. You understand? And my friends in the NDC, I know some of them have considered privately, but do you know that even when the president nominate for the office of Attorney General and Minister for Justice, when he appeared before Parliament, said that there was no legal basis. Do you know that? He said that there was no legal basis for establishment of the committee, but in his view, it was not illegal. And then we didn't get the opportunity to ask the follow-up questions because of, obviously,
Dominic Ayeni, you mean?
Yes, Dr. Dominic Ayeni, because the chairman wouldn't allow you. And he quoted the Constitution saying that every citizen of Ghana has a responsibility to report any acts of corruption. He used that as the basis, but he admitted that the ORA had no legal basis. He said it. That is the present nominee to the office of Attorney General. And so when you
interpret that? It has no legal basis. It means it makes it illegal.
Well, it has no legal basis, but because you see, when a president acts, it has to be rooted in law.
In law.
Okay, and at the time, His Excellency, at the time he was the president-elect, he admitted that he didn't have the power to set up that committee. He admitted, but said that, because the Constitution gives everybody the right to report or fight against corruption, he believes that the people who have been put together are going to fight against corruption, so it's okay. I mean...
Do you intend to go to court over this? They say you should go to court. At least I've heard Domelevo say many times that, okay, if you think it's illegal, go to court.
Well, that's very interesting. I mean, I'm sure...
You haven't heard that?
Oh, I've heard that. I mean, it's an avenue which is open. We'll look at all the issues. Indeed, they have told us that when the Attorney General is sworn in, their term will come to an end, more or less. My brother, have you heard that? That they say that when the AG is sworn in, their work will come to an end. We'll see how that pans out. Maybe after the AG is sworn in, if they keep going on, we'll make a firm decision. I'm sorry.
Okay, Honorable John Darko is the one. So the second video was, that your banter with the Attorney General nominee at the time.
Yes. Dr.
On the committee. Let me, bring in Honorable Aziz. But have you actually referred to the Whistleblowers Act that has been referenced?
Argument doesn't hold water.
What argument?
The fact that Section 3 of the Whistleblowers Act requires some people, and look at it. Some people have been.
So let me read it. So we analyze.
I know it's meant.
No.
I know Section 3. Okay, yes. You
so
read
for
it.
viewers, so it says that disclosure of impropriety may be made to anyone or more of the following: an employer of the whistleblower; B, a police officer; C, the Attorney General; D, the Auditor General; E, a staff of the intelligence agency; F, a member of parliament; G, the Serious Fraud Office; H, the Commission of Human Rights and Administrative Justice; I, the National Media Commission; J, the National Media Commission; J, the Narcotic Control Board; K, a chief; L, a head or an elder of a family of the whistleblower; M, a head of recognized religious body; N, a member of the District Assembly or a minister of state; P, the office of the president; Q, the revenue agency's governing board; or R, the district chief executive.
Where in the Section 3 does it mention oral? Where in Section, yes, where in Section 3 does it talk about setting up a committee? You see, law is very beautiful, okay? Law is very beautiful. When you list this, anything which is not expressly listed is expressly listed.
You mentioned the member of parliament.
Yes.
The chairman is a member of parliament.
So the president should have said, the president-elect should have said that if you've seen any acts of corruption, right, then he will list these institutions and bodies listed here, that if you've seen anybody loot any of the properties, go to a member of parliament, go and report all the members in Section 3. He could have listed them. Yes, they are all here. All the provisions. So go to a member of parliament, go to revenue agency, go to your chief. The president, you see, let's face it, this is what the law says. The law doesn't say that go to a committee set up by a president-elect, or even go to a committee set up by the president. You can say that, you say that you can even report it to a minister of state, a district chief executive, or an auditor general, a staff of intelligence agency. The law is very clear. This is what the law has listed. Okay? The law didn't say that if you've seen any acts of corruption, go and report it to a committee.
You're taking the law from the face value of it. And that's unfair.
No, but no, you see, okay, so we do interpretation of law.
Yes.
Okay? When the law on its face doesn't give room for any interpretation, you don't interpret it. This is very clear. We only interpret it when you have, when there are difficulties in understanding what the maker of the law said. This one, on the face of it, does not admit of any interpretation. Section 3. So the law has clearly given you the people you should report to. If you've seen any acts of corruption, go to a member of parliament. You could go to a Kujecha Blakwa. You could go to any of the MPs in the NDC if you so wish. If you've seen that an act of corruption has happened, go to Narcotics Control Board, go to a chief, go to your family.
So before you go to all these persons that have been listed,
yes,
how do you see the impropriety? How do you see or identify
but that's the
impropriety?
point.
And how do you do the identification of impropriety or establish an impropriety before you go and report to these bodies that have been listed?
So maybe you should ask the lawmaker. But the point is that the law says that you have seen it.
Yes, so the body is gathering evidence of what they have seen.
No, that is not this is a responsibility of an individual, a Ghanaian citizen who has seen a corrupt act being done. And the law is saying that when you see such a thing, go to any of these people. Look, let's read Section 3 very well. It says that persons to whom or institutions to which disclosure of impropriety may be made. So
who does the disclosure?
Oh, the person who has seen it.
And who is this person?
Oh, it could be you.
It could be a body.
No, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. So
it says
so wait. So are you saying that now the committee which has been set up, okay, has been set up as a person. Is a committee a person? Because it's a person is also has a legal definition.
Yes,
Yes.
But in law, a person can be described as a body. A body can be described as a person.
I
mean, you are the lawyer.
Legal person. Listen, you are a person. Okay, for any other company to be described as a person, you have to be a properly registered company, so that the law can refer to as a person.
Oh, as a person.
Is that committee a person properly so called? This committee is not a person properly so called. You need to be very clear. You set up a committee, it's not a person. So the law gives you and I as individuals the opportunity to report what you and I consider to be impropriety.
And who are the you and I?
Citizens of Ghana.
And who are the citizens of Ghana?
Oh, I don't have to define.
So the members of oral committee, they are not citizens of Ghana.
Okay, so you see, when the law says that a person, okay, if the law says that a person should make a disclosure, is looking for you. I'm sure this law might even define a person here.
That's how you interpret it.
No, that is what the law is.
It's looking for Annie to come and do a disclosure, and that's it.
Yes, that's what the law is saying. That is what the law is saying.
This is how, this is how clause 1 starts. Section 3 clause. It says disclosure. It doesn't start with it says disclosure of impropriety.
Section what? 3.1.
3.1.
Disclosure
of impropriety.
Yes.
May be made to anyone.
Yes.
Or more.
Yes.
Of the following.
Yes. And
but it didn't say, hold on, but it didn't say that a person must make the disclosure. It said disclosure.
Okay, so look at.
It started with disclosure.
Listen.
Or okay, so I think we want to start with the pre.
No. It's fine. See,
which is person to whom, or institution to which disclosure of impropriety.
Let's even worry. So right now, now you're going to now explain the work of the committee. So the committee is saying that they are going to gather the information. So then they will go and blow the whistle. Is that what they are going to do?
Yes.
Is that what they are going to do?
Yes.
And that committee has to be set up by the president.
Why not?
And a president who doesn't even have a person who doesn't even have authority to even set that up. So I'm saying that if you really are interested in fighting corruption, you've seen that the people of Ghana have information. Tell them this is what the law is saying. You don't set up a committee to now go and look for the information and then come and disclose to, let's say, a member of parliament. That is not what you do. There are people in the country who have seen, if there are any aspects of corruption, who have seen it. And so you are asking them, you are directing them, go and report to these institutions. That is what the Whistleblowers Act is saying. The Whistleblowers Act is not asking for a committee to be set up, for the committee to gather information and then go and report. That's not what the Whistleblowers Act is saying.
Okay, I have too many questions. If I don't take care, it might be a one-on-one session.
I'll be willing to answer all your questions.